in Oregon in particular, we are swinging back to even a more punitive response to addiction than has been in the past, and has been pretty bad in the past. Where do you think Oregon is rated in terms of the amount of money that we dedicate to the treatment of addiction from state to state? 45th. 45th. What happened in summer, and I think that's why these candle bearers are here, is that the addiction treatment world was looking at a 30% reduction. Now, to be fair, everyone was looking at a 30% reduction. In mental health and human service across the board, the governor was threatening that unless we do something, there's going to be this 30% cut. Well, the laws that were, the bills that were passed and included the tax increases took that off the table. And I think you know, and you're going to hear more about this, but you're here today because that's being put back on the table with the referendums. Can we afford to move less than 45th in terms of the dollars? Can we afford as a state another 30% reduction? My belief, and I want to tell you on this little story, that your job as a candle bearer is not, as Eleanor Roosevelt said, to rail against the darkness, but it's better to light a single candle. The ain't it awful doesn't help so much. But to put the face on what recovery looks like, to put the face of hope on individual by individual, story by story. When I look at the devastation that occurs in our emergency rooms today, do you know what most people do who are suicidal in Portland and Oregon right now? Do you know where they end up? I don't know. They end up in the ERs.
Right.
And what happens in the ERs? They sit. They sit. I think folks need to know that every dollar invested in treatment, if they don't care about people, every dollar invested in treatment, when you add everything up, saves us as taxpayers about $12. Think about that for a moment. It costs about $4,500 to maintain someone on methadone. It costs about $18,000 to put them in prison. Now, if you understand opiate addiction, there's really three ways you can be an opiate addict. You can be using, you can be doing crime, or you can be doing time, or you can be in treatment. Then you can be in recovery. Without that opportunity to be in recovery, I don't think I would be here today.